Well, hello, welcome to some new music for 2026. It's The Great Divide by Noah Kahan, the first single from his upcoming album of the same name coming out at the end of April. Now, today is the first time I've heard this song, and I've heard it a few times, so I'm going to talk about that in a moment. For those who want a first time reaction, well, I did record me watching the lyric video for the first time, and I'll have that as a separate video linked below for those who wish to see it. I can tell you it's not very exciting, and you should just stick around here, really. But if you haven't even heard the song, then maybe you could go down there, and that would be one place you could hear it. Anyhow, some people have heard this song before today because Noah's been playing it live since 2024, from what I can tell. In fact, he played it at the O2 in London on the 22nd of August of that year. Sadly, I saw him on the 21st of August of that year, where he did not play it. So there's been various live videos that have been posted to YouTube in the last 18 months or so of him performing it, but I've not seen any of those. So today, hearing the studio version is my first hearing of it, and indeed second and third, as the case has turned out to be. So, yeah, I will give you a little snippet of my first time hearing it. Boom, here it comes.
What he might do with it.
Alrighty. That was my first go, and a couple of things from my first listen that you may or may not have seen in either the very limited amount that I just played or the full thing if you did go and check that out. But the opening was really quite fast, and it fooled me for a second into thinking, oh no, I'm listening to this at the wrong speed, because when I watch boring people on YouTube talking a lot, which I do quite often, I often watch it at 1.25 speed. You should do the same, honestly. And I thought that's what I'd done. So you'll see me checking the speed in my settings at the start of the song there. But no, it's how it's meant to be. It's normal. It's fine. And then if I seem somewhat underwhelmed at the end of the song, I probably am a little bit, because it doesn't really end. It kind of just stops. But all that to say, it is a really, really good song. There's some good deep lyrics. It's full of the realism that Noah brings to everything. You know that this is a lived experience, as they say. He's clearly talking from personal experience, and it makes the song all the richer for it. So let's have a look at some of the lyrics. And indeed, I was thinking along the way, there's some bad words in here, Noah. How is this going to get radio play? Well, the answer is there's also a clean version. So I'll walk you through the subtle changes on that in a second as well. So let's go and bring the lyrics up, which I can do like so. All right. So he's obviously talking to someone who's not really a friend, but they grew up together. I'm inferring, and they had, a relationship as you do with people in a small town, whether you're actually close friends or not. So I can't recall the last time that we talked about anything but looking out for cops. We got cigarette burns in the same side of our hands. We ain't friends. We're just morons who broke skin in the same spot. That sounds like things that teenagers would do together, doesn't it? Yeah. So we get to the first cuss word at the end of the first verse here. So I tried to read the thoughts that you'd worked over time to stop. You said "fuck off," and I said nothing for a while. In the clean version, that becomes "back off," which is all right. I prefer the explicit. The chorus, we get I hope you settle down. I hope you marry rich. I hope you're scared of only ordinary shit. First time hearing the clean version, I thought he was saying ordinary mist, which didn't make much sense. Turns out it was ordinariness, as in one word, ordinariness. Yeah, it's the least best of the clean replacements for me. Yeah, so the ordinary shit that he hopes that they're scared of is murderers, ghosts, and cancer on your skin, and not your soul and what he might do with it. So worry about the things in the real world, like ghosts. I'm not sure that that's the best example now, rather than the spiritual world. And so I, if I have a criticism of the lyrics, and I don't really, but it's just a thought. I thought that he might mix up that list of examples for each time round, but no, it's just the same ones every time. So I've no real experience of ghosts. In fact, nobody does. Murderers, well, I've played a few because for those who don't know, I am an actor. And Cancer on Your Skin, well, yeah, I had a lump about that size on my shoulder for a few years before it got diagnosed and removed. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm here to prat on at you for many years to come. Yeah. Okay, so we get into verse 2, and which is the only time that you actually get the title of the song. You insert yourself across the Great Divide while we drove aimlessly along the Twin State Line. Again, he's talking about Vermont and places very familiar to Noah Kahan fans geographically these days. That verse ends with our final clean replacement. I'm finally aware of how shitty and unfair it was to stare ahead like everything was fine. Becomes I'm finally aware of how petty and unfair it was. So yeah, that's my walkthrough of the explicit versus clean versions for your consumption. All right, and skip ahead to the outro where he changes it up slightly, and this is where it does fall for me. Not exactly flat, but not exactly fist pumping. Hooray! That's a great end of the song either. I hope you threw a brick right into that stained glass. I hope you're with someone who isn't scared to ask. I hope that you're not losing sleep about what's next. And the final line is the same as the chorus, or about your soul and what he might do with it. All right, so as I say, a very strong song in either version, really, although it's going to be the explicit version that is the default, certainly for me, because I'm going to be listening to it from the album when it drops on 24th of April. Yeah, really good song. If it seems like I've come across as not thinking that it's the most greatest thing ever, that's because it's a really good song, but I don't think it's the most greatest thing ever. But I'm hoping that it's going to be similar to Stick Season, because that was the title track, obviously, of the previous album, and is a great song. It was a huge hit, but it's nowhere even close to being the best song on that album. And I have the optimism and hope and feeling that The Great Divide is going to prove to be the same. So really looking forward to the whole album. I think it's probably prime material for one of the albums of the year. And I may well be back to discuss it in full when it comes. Yeah. Meanwhile, as I say, you've got the option of seeing that quite dull first time hearing of the song down below, or there's more better Noah material up on the channel already, including his appearance in my list of songs that reached number 25. And you can find out which song of his fitted that category and whether we played it, because it's on a list of a dozen. We only play 4 of them. We do. Spoiler alert. You can do that. One side up ahead of the other. What you can also do is like this video and subscribe to the damn channel. Why don't you? Because 500 and a bit thousand people have already done so, and none of them have died, as far as I know. So yeah. Meanwhile, it's just thanks for watching today, and bye for now. But I hope not for long.
It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for.